I don't tell you what. But I will not talk about me too much, but the important here is to see that I have been working for Ericsson 27 years. In these 27 years, many things have happened, many transformations, many challenges that we were facing. And then I was doing developing, testing, I was doing troubleshooting. I mean, at the end, I finished doing delivery to the customer. And then that's why I bring this topic, because I would like to bring you one story, and not just theory, one story. And I live this story, and I live it with a lot of passion. I was part of it. So, but let's start with DevOps. What is DevOps? I like this company. This company was one of the first one talking about DevOps in the 1999, more or less, version 1. Now they have evolved, and now they have another name. But anyway, in that time, they came with a definition of DevOps. But if you can see, this definition of DevOps is a definition of what is not DevOps. It starts with what is not DevOps. And it's very funny because this company was devoted at the beginning of its existence with tools. But they said clearly, DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is not even a process. DevOps is values. DevOps make us to communicate constantly, to collaborate. This is DevOps. This integration and automation, of course there are tools involved. Of course there are processes involved. But it's not the tools, it's not the process. Do you remember the first speech that we have yesterday morning from John? He said, let's give more value to people and interaction than to tools and processes. And this is exactly DevOps. But let's see what the other said, because they said what is not and a little bit of what it is. But what about why we do it? Why we do DevOps? Why we follow DevOps? Then they give a little bit more, they go a little bit more deeper. And this guy said, okay, we need to gain efficiency, speed, and security when we develop software and when we deliver software. Then they go a little bit further. They say why we communicate, why we collaborate, why we integrate faster, why we test. We have the automation during testing. They say why, but still we are not arriving there. Let me, and bear with me, let me take this sentence for its scale agile. And they go and say why. The result we want, what we really want, the objective and the purpose to have DevOps, all this collaboration, all this interaction, the tools, the processes, is to deliver the solution to the operators. Let's give the product to them. Let's start getting feedback early and frequently from them. And then, of course, let's allow them to start making money with the software. This is software and hardware. This is the ultimate purpose of DevOps. So now we see what is not, we see what it is, and we see why it is. Yeah? We good? Then I'm a visual person. I like a lot of pictures. And these pictures say what it is. It's constant exploration of the needs of the customer, constant developing this solution, constantly put it together, constantly integrating them, and release all this so that the customer can have the different releases of our solution on demand. They can decide when to take it, when to take it. I don't know if some of you have experienced this, that when you are doing something very important, like today we are doing, I mean, suddenly you receive a push from the system saying, hey, time to make upgrade, time to make reset of your computer because you receive a new feature. And then you are in the middle of a meeting, in the middle of a presentation, and you need to do it. This was in the past. Now is put all the pieces of software there, all the features there, and let the customer to take it when they want it, when they want it. This is DevOps. And now let's go to the story. The story is about Ericsson. I don't know how many of you have a telephone, cellular telephone with you. Yeah, is someone here who has not a telephone? A cellular telephone? A handy? Someone say no, I don't. Nobody? Good, good. I also have one. All these devices are using Ericsson software. All of them. It doesn't matter if it is Huawei, your telephone, or if it is Nokia, it doesn't matter. There is one node, that is the central node, that controls all this switching and in these networks that we were working with in Ericsson. We were working with so many products, but I will talk about this specific product. And then Ericsson is so big, huge, so you can imagine trying DevOps in such a constellation. But let's start with the beginning. I mean, I started working for Ericsson Germany in 2000. And in 2000, I mean, they were having a big shark. No, I cannot say shark. I can say a small fish, but with so big teeth, trying to eat Ericsson. Do you remember what the name of this, of our fierce competitor? In that time was very small. It was called Huawei. Huawei was small enough that you can say, Huawei, we are Ericsson. Yeah, we were so proud. But I don't know, in the past, we used to say, the big fish eat the smaller fish. But in 2010, the faster fish eat the slower. Doesn't matter the size of the fish. The faster eat the slower. And this happened to Ericsson. And then this is where my story begins. Ericsson is in a city called Aachen. I was part of this company, more or less 650 persons devoted to deliver this mobile switching center. This was our product. Together with other teams in Greece, in Italy, in China, in Sweden, we delivered this nice product. And the organization in that time, 2010, we were formed by kind of departments, let's call it like this. It was one organization for the architects, one organization who do the requirements, another organization who do the development, and so on and so on and so on, until the last organization that is not even shown here. It was a long, long list of organizations delivering one piece of information or a piece of something to the next organization to develop, to test, to integrate, to operate, and so on and so on. This was a long queue. And then, can you imagine, with this long queue of experts contributing to the development and delivery, how frequent do we deliver to the customer? Imagine, try to imagine. Once a year. But look, you are so generous. But in this time, we were delivering every 14, maybe 16 months. So it was improving all the time, but But that time it was more than 1 year. From the starting the talking or receiving the requirements from the customer until we can operate the product in the customer premises. This could not happen anymore. And in 2010, the company said, no, we need to stop, we need to rethink, we need to investigate, we need to see what is outside. We need to go out of our bubble because we were a giant, so it's easy to be lost in a giant. And then start to looking. I mean, we know it's going to be painful. We know it's going to be, for many people, frustrating, but we need to change our way of thinking. And they took some time, they went apart, and they started investigating this agility. Can agility be applied to a huge company? In the past, I mean, agility was there for years already, but the idea of Ericsson was agility is for small companies. I mean, I still find this thinking in some of the companies, of the big companies. Who of them are coming from a company with more than 10,000 employees? Yeah. The others, lucky guys. So because this is true. I mean, the Ericsson said, but the agility, this is for the small companies. We need something bigger. We need RUP, rational unified processes. We need IBM, blah, 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 blah. But let's try. Let's try. Let's try with one pilot. And we start piloting. I mean, one of the aspects I would like to touch with you today is the people aspect. Why? Because, well, tell me why. Tell me why. Why the people aspect is the most difficult one. It's unpredictable, it's complex, and touch the culture. We need to touch deeply the culture. I mean, we took a decision. This will not be a cargo culture. If we will change, we will change from the very deep. Our values, our fears, our beliefs, we will really change from the very profound part. And this is a cultural change. So we decided and took for the pilot the Scrum framework. And it was a small pilot. It was about 120 developers developing a small feature for the product. And then after we scale it. But let me tell you something here. When you are going to work with the culture, you need one role. And this role is crucial. And this is the role of the Scrum Master. How many of you have Scrum Masters? How many of you is Scrum Master? We have. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, guys, fellows. Then why? Because you need to work in the culture of the people, and this is not easy. You need to have some technical understanding of what is happening, but also you need to have these soft skills to deal with people. Some kind of little bit of psychologists, but also some ideas of what the product is, but also to understand the business, the overall view, a systematic view. So congratulations. This change cannot happen with no Scrum Master. So the Scrum, you know it. Lisa explained this morning all about the Scrum, so I will skip it and I will go to the other dimension. The other dimension is the technical dimension. Why? Because we were delivering to the testing organization, to the functional testing organization, one time every 3 months. And the testing organization delivered to the integrators one time every 6 months. And then they are thinking that we need to accelerate the feedback loops. It's not enough to have Scrum teams. We need also to tackle the technical problems we have. We need to start having these feedback loops very, very faster than before. And this slide was shown to us by Ericsson in 2010, at the end of the year. They showed this one and say, guys, we need this one. How can we do it? And they start talking with the testers and with the developers because they are the expert. This is something that had happened in the company. The company started delegating these decisions to the experts. Yesterday, we were looking one of the presentation talking about expert, about mastery. And this is respect the people, respect because they are master, they can do it, they can bring solution. And this is what Ericsson do. How can we do to accelerate the feedback loops? And this was called in that time DevOps. DevOps, continuous integration, continuous delivery. Bad news. We started looking we went a lot of seminars. Scrum Master were sent to everywhere to do, let's see what is the industry doing. And we went to this seminar called UCAAT, User Conference on Advanced Automated Testing. We went there, all of us, and we saw that our industry, we were really, really 1,000 years old regarding automated testing. But we were not the only ones. There are many companies who were lacking the ability to test automatically. And we were one of these companies. I took this photo there. And we started investigating tools, we started looking. I would like to say that Ericsson in that time was using very heavy tools like IBM tools and so on. So then we start bringing some open source tools. So we start to analyzing the panoramic, and then we start to selecting some of these tools for the collaboration. But who knows this guy? He's sometimes quite arrogant, but here I should say he was humble. Yes, exclusive automation at Tesla was a mistake. To be precise, my mistake. Humans are underrated. He said it, not me. And that's why I will focus on humans now. So this was in 2010. And then the first step was, let's put people together, and let's create cross-functional teams. But I ask you a question, Scrum Master. If you said to the people who just arrived to your team, and you have a brand new team, and they just say, hey, guys, collaborate, communicate, please do it together. Is this going to happen if you just have experts? You say no, why? Because they speak another language. They don't understand each other. They are coming for different words. They are coming totally from, they speak other language. They don't know how what I'm doing affect the other. How can this contribute to others? So you need to provoke that this communication start to happen by speaking the same language. And what can you do? What can you do to make this a group of experts to be a team? Scrum Masters? Where are you? Yeah.
Ask them to share their language, their music.
Aha. What else can we do? We can do a lot of things. I mean, we can start to make them to talk to each other, and you have so many means. And then what is for the tester a failure, explain why it is a failure for the developer. Developer explain why this is a feature, and so on and so on. And this is exclusively work from a Scrum Master together with the support of management. I'm hurry up. And then we were following something called T-shape. I will not go into the T-shape because yesterday in the third chat about when we were talking about the expertise, we were talking about what it is. But we start to apply, and the Scrum Master start to understand what is this T-shape. Is we are receiving experts, and then they need to start to share information and to learn the language and to see how what I'm doing as a developer is affecting the testing, the integration, and so on. So we start to promote a lot of collaboration, and then with ceremonies we learn, with rotation we learn, with social event, all this help us to allow us to go there. At the end of the experiment, Ericsson was super, super, super happy. Why? Because the customer was happy. They were really amazed from what Ericsson achieved, and in short time. And then they published this. This is the one, the publishing from Ericsson, and this is the press release. Ericsson enables to provide LTE roaming. That was the first product Ericsson did with agility. And a miracle happened, a miracle. In big companies, it's very difficult that you meet the customer, especially if you have so many customers like Ericsson. But in this occasion, the customer would like to know the team who make it possible. And they came to our premises and say, hello, I'm Swisscom. Thank you. And we drink together. It was amazing. It was really, really, really nice. Natural next step. I mean, if we see here, we have these agile teams, and we have the architects, we have the developers, we have the functional tester in this yellow block. But then, what else can we do? What else can we do? What is the next natural step? Someone there? Sorry? Exactly. Let's expand. Let's expand. Let's bring the others to the boat. Why? Because no matter how agile you become in this yellow box, I mean, to go live, it's going to take the same time as before. So we need that all the people start to collaborate the whole change. And that's what we did. We scale agility. We follow our imagination. In that time, scale agile didn't exist, less didn't exist, anything of this exists. But the people start talking about SOS, about other companies who was achieving this escalation, and then we decide to do it. So the purpose, at the end of every interaction, we should have code that we can ship to the operation. At the end of each interaction, we have interaction of 3 weeks in that time. And it should run in the environment. Which environment, you can ask? We have so many environments in the telecommunications company. So another thing, and a big step, and this is for the ones who are working in the strategical level. Who is from you working in that level, in the C-level, strategic? Someone of you are working there? Because this is for them. This is for them. So, sorry, they miss it. Take it with you guys. So the company said, let's start to put objectives on impact. Let's start to forget a little bit about performance indicators. Let's have some of them, because we do not have unlimited resources. We need some performance indicators. But let's think in impact. Impact. I was a developer. When I was a developer, I developed one piece of software who was, oh my God, sorry, it will sound arrogant, but was really good, cool. So I was so proud of it, my manager also, and then it was provoking no problems. But 2 years after I delivered this piece of software, I asked my manager, can we know how many customers are using it? Do you know how many? So few. I was discouraged. I mean, it's nothing worse than doing your best to have something excellent, but nobody uses it. It's waste. It's waste. And this is discouraging me. So that's why the company decided, let's go with another strategic framework. Let's use objective key results. And let's put the objective on the top. So to avoid that the people start to making silos, to avoid that the people start to running for a number, let's divorce these numbers from the money so that the people feel inspired. Let's have a vision together. And they call the development teams, representative of the development teams, and they make this exercise. We listen one very good chat today of someone, I don't remember the name, someone from England was talking about this, not this model, but about involving the people in this developing of a strategy, developing of metrics and all this, developing on portfolio, developing on the backlog, developing of actionables. So then they take us on consideration. The next step was, now let's scale the team. And let's bring people who never have worked with development inside the team. Let's start to talk in the same language. Let's start understanding what is the problem product management have, troubleshooters have. And they bring people from all over to make this big team. Communication, one word for the ones who are Scrum Master. You guys, are the ones who organize this one. The people need, in our case, we were meeting 30 minutes, 85 persons, every morning, in the morning at 8:30, we meet. Some of them were remote. Greece, Italy, China were remote. No, China was not there. But Greece, Italy, someone from Sweden was there. And we meet and we talk. And we talk not too much because the Scrum Master was there, checking the clock, checking that the information that was flowing was the correct information, was the necessary information to achieve our objectives. We define a kind of a pipeline for us. This was the pipeline. I draw it. Now I don't like it. I will draw it again, but in that time it serves to the purpose. And then we say we will continuously developing, exploring, and we will continuous delivery. In 2017, we can publish this. You can have the product update every month instead of every year. This, we are talking about speeding. We are talking about doing a good job. And Swisscom was so happy because then almost after a couple of months, we could start delivering twice per month. And you know what? The customer wanted. It's not anymore this, no, please, no, I cannot dare. I cannot spend 8 hours in upgrading the software, installing. They were begging and said, yes, twice per month is okay. Because then it took just 1 hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And this was wonderful. What is the natural next step in this story? Sorry? Share. That's what we are doing here, but inside the company. Continuous deployment. This continuous deployment we manage, but we can shorten the period. We can say we can deliver to the customer like Amazon. How many times Amazon delivered to the customer? You don't even notice. They deliver every second something new to the pipeline. And you don't even notice. So the natural step was to take the customer and to work together with them. And this we did. So why we cannot stop working? Why we cannot stop learning? I took this one from the last report, a state of testing survey, and then we cannot sleep. We cannot stop working. We cannot stop learning because others are also learning. So if you see this DevOps and Agile, or Agile-like, is some of the frameworks more used by the company. So we are learning, but the others, our competitors, the concurrence is also learning. That's why we need to learn fast. And they are also improving. This is, if you compare from 2017, when they started doing this survey, to 2022, is improving, Okay, I take this one for those who said, but which are the tools who the people use more? Which tools are the companies using the most? So I put this one there. But the report is there, available in the internet. You can have a look. It's quite interesting. It's talk a lot about DevOps. And my last slide for you guys. And this is the first slide that the manager in Ericsson presented us in 2010. She went into the General Assembly and said, guys, what got us here won't get us there. We were so proud of Ericsson. We were so proud of having our own tools, our own language, our own proprietary everything. But what has taken us there, we will not take us later. And this is the message. What got you here, won't you get there? Never, never stop to learning. Never stop to challenging the status quo. Never, never. Oh, always, always be humble and learn.